You know that feeling, that snap, crackle, and pop in your joints when you stand up? Well, if that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to dive into a really simple 4-part food strategy that can help you build stronger, more resilient joints, literally from the inside out. Don't worry, this isn't about some complicated diet overhaul, just smart, targeted nutrition.
We have all been there. You stand up, you bend down, and your body sounds like a bowl of breakfast cereal. Look, it's a super common complaint, but it absolutely does not have to be your normal. And yeah, supplements can have their place, but the most powerful tools for your joint health, they're probably already sitting in your kitchen. Today, we're going to turn your grocery list into a straight-up blueprint for stronger joints. So to understand how to build our joints up, we first have to get what they're made of. And the absolute star of the show is a protein called collagen. The best way to think of it is as the literal scaffolding that holds your entire body together. And it is no exaggeration to call collagen the glue of your body. It provides that tough, flexible structure for all the important connective tissues in your joints. So when that glue is strong, your joints feel great. When it starts to weaken, well, that's when you really start to feel it.
So what's actually causing this vital scaffolding to get weaker? Well, it's kind of a multi-pronged attack. First off, after you hit 25, your natural production just starts to dip. Then you add in the damage from inflammation, maybe a diet that's missing some key nutrients, and that tissue-wrecking stress hormone, cortisol. It's a perfect storm, really. But here's the good news. We can absolutely fight back. And this is exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to tackle this with a clear, actionable plan. I want you to start thinking of yourself as the architect of your own body. This 4-pillar food strategy, this is your blueprint for rebuilding from the inside out. Here it is. It's simple and it's easy to remember. First, we have to build with the right raw materials. Second, we need to enable the whole construction process. Third, we mineralize the foundation. And finally, number 4, we protect the entire structure from damage. Let's break down what each one of these really mean. All right, let's get out of the theory and into practice. This is where we turn that blueprint into an actual grocery list. I'm going to show you exactly which foods fit perfectly into each of these pillars. First up, pillar number 1, build. You know, any construction project needs raw materials, right? Well, for making new collagen, the bricks are specific amino acids. And to get them, we need to be eating foods that are packed with collagen and gelatin. Okay. 2 of the most accessible powerhouses here are bone broth and sardines. Bone broth is just fantastic because it gives you gelatin, which is just the cooked form of collagen, and it's super easy for your body to absorb. Plus, you get hydrating fluid and key minerals. And sardines, especially with the skin and bones left in, are a total double win. You get collagen from all the connective tissues and a powerful dose of anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Okay, so we've got our bricks. But bricks don't just assemble themselves into a wall, do they? Pillar 2, enable, is all about hiring the workers. These are the essential vitamins and minerals, also known as cofactors, that your body needs to actually synthesize new collagen. Now, the foreman of this entire construction crew is vitamin C. I mean it. Without enough of it, your body simply cannot make collagen effectively. And check this out. We all think of oranges for vitamin C, right? But the real MVP is the red bell pepper. It packs more than double the amount. So just adding some raw pepper to your salad is a brilliant strategy. But vitamin C isn't a solo act. It needs a team. Zinc and copper are 2 other absolutely critical workers that help link all those collagen fibers together, which makes them way stronger and more durable. You can find zinc in foods like beef and pumpkin seeds, and you can find copper in delicious things like dark chocolate and almonds. Pretty good deal, right? Okay, we've got the building blocks. And we've hired the workers. Now we need a solid foundation to build on. Your joints actually attach to your bones, so having strong bones is completely non-negotiable. Pillar 3 is all about mineralizing that foundation to make it dense and resilient. So this is a huge point. We all know calcium's important for bones, but this quote right here highlights its critical partner, vitamin K2. You can think of K2 as a traffic cop. It literally directs calcium into your bones where you want it, and it keeps it out of places like your arteries where it can cause big problems. For a lot of people, this is a total game changer. And this just shows you what a team effort it is. Look, sardines pop up again for calcium. For that all-important vitamin K2, you're looking at things like egg yolks and aged cheeses. And for magnesium, which is involved in hundreds of processes, including bone formation, we're back to almonds and dark chocolate. See how these powerful foods start to overlap? It's not a coincidence.
And finally, once you've built this incredible structure, you have to protect it. Pillar 4 is your security system. This just means loading up on foods that fight back against inflammation and oxidative stress, the things that are constantly trying to break down all of your hard work. So who's on your protection team? It's a list of all-stars, really. The polyphenols you find in berries are powerful antioxidants. The omega-3s in fatty fish like salmon are potent anti-inflammatories. And then you have these amazing, unique compounds in turmeric and green tea, curcumin and EGCG that help calm down the inflammatory processes that can really damage joint tissue. Okay, we've covered the 4 pillars. So now for the big question. How do we combine all of this into a daily routine that actually works? And just as importantly, how do we make sure we're doing it safely?
A really great way to visualize this is to picture the joint support plate. Try to fill almost half of it with a whole rainbow of vegetables that's going to cover your vitamin C and a ton of different antioxidants. Then aim for about a quarter of your plate to be quality protein for those amino acid building blocks, and another quarter for healthy fats, which are so crucial for lowering inflammation and absorbing vitamins like D and K2. And to make it even simpler, here's a 4-point daily checklist. Just try to get one source of collagen in, like that bone broth. Hit at least 2 servings of foods that are rich in vitamin C. Make sure you add a source of healthy fat to every meal, and try to snack on a handful of nuts or seeds. If you can do that most days, you are well on your way.
Now, please listen up because this is incredibly important. This strategy is powerful, but it might need some tweaks for certain people. If you're on blood thinners, the vitamin K and leafy greens can interfere. The key isn't to avoid them, but to be consistent with how much you eat. And please, talk to your doctor. Same thing if you have kidney issues. You must consult your doctor before you start upping your protein. And for some folks, long-cooked bone broth can be high in histamine, so just start slow. Always, always put your safety first.
And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. This is a long-term investment in your health. You might start to notice better energy within the first month or so, but the real benefits for your joints, those often take 2 to 3 months to become really noticeable as those tissues slowly rebuild. Consistency is truly so much more important than perfection.
So let's bring it all home. Remember, you are the architect of your joint health. This isn't about some crazy restrictive diet. It's about strategically adding powerful healing foods back on your plate. The only question left is, what's the first brick you're going to lay? Maybe it's a simple cup of bone broth, a handful of almonds, or just adding some bell peppers to your lunch today. The choice is yours. Start building.